Hello.
Hello, welcome back.
We
Download
back.
and delete.
Episode 29 in this piece.
29.
We're that close to 30. Can you believe it?
30 is the new 20.
Yes.
Yes. 40 is the new 50.
25, yeah.
Okay. I am Shana Lucas, and
I am Ty Monsieur, innovator and creator of any and everything I put my mind to. What up?
What's up?
I don't know why I said that. You know, I just want to take it back to the 90s. I like the 90s.
WZUP.
WZUP.
Did you notice that? That's
Yeah, that was what's up. But that was a dope radio name because, you know, they start
they
with
all
W.
start with W.
Why do they start with W's?
Do you remember WLUM in Milwaukee?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Don't they have a building on, like, Valete?
Are they still around?
I think so. I think people still have, like, parties in that building.
WNOV.
The Source.
I don't know.
I don't know. I know it's WXYZ is an actual, yes, it's an actual station.
WHYY. That's what Terry Gross and Fresh Air is on.
Know nothing about it.
Okay, anyway. Okay, we're done with that conversation.
Welcome
we
to the variety show of podcasts. Download and delete.
We'll start off, as we always do, with our motivation moment.
Yes.
Do you want to start? Or you want me to go?
I'll start. I just want to motivate anybody who had a dream. And if your dream is not going how you saw fit for it to go, I just want to motivate you to keep going. To relax, relate, and restart if you have to. So that's my motivation moment.
Yours are always so succinct.
Yeah, I try to make them in particular to things that are either going on with me or someone in my life. So
okay.
It's particular.
For the listeners out there.
There you go.
Just
Keep
broke
listening.
the code. Tyler gave you a little clue.
Yeah. A little mystique magic I've given up.
Okay, well, I guess.
What are you motivating? Who are you motivating?
Okay, so, I'm going to talk politics.
Yes,
I think we're going to get into some political-y stuff today.
Okay,
Political-ish. Political, I don't know.
Polyculto.
So I was talking about Tom Barrett recently. You know Tom Barrett, our mayor of Milwaukee.
Barrett.
And you know what's going on with him lately?
What's going on with Mayor Barrett? Is he being sued?
No, nothing bad. Nothing bad
What?
like that. But our president, Joe Biden, has nominated him to be the next ambassador to Luxembourg.
Okay.
You know about this?
I don't.
Oh, you know what an ambassador does?
Somewhat, yeah. They
Yeah.
represent, speak on behalf of,
Right.
go on the United States place. Like, I'm the ambassador of, and I speak on behalf. Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Thank you.
Explanation of it. Yeah, that's about it.
I broke it down for people.
Yeah.
Very.
Right, and so Luxembourg is a little bit bigger than Milwaukee in population.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Belgium.
Belgium.
Is it? It borders Belgium, France, and Germany. So,
That's a big deal.
yeah.
Especially from him being from Milwaukee or from Wisconsin, let me say that.
Right. So I think he'd be perfect. We have like I think Milwaukee, a lot of the planning, the city planning is based on cities in Europe, including Luxembourg and Amsterdam.
Do tell. I didn't know
park
this
systems.
juice.
Yeah, the park systems where they were inspired by, cities in Europe and how they plan their cities. And so maybe it makes sense. I believe there was another mayor that was ambassador. I'll have to look up the name before.
This is interesting tea.
Yeah, before Tom Barrett. So, of course, if he goes to be the ambassador, he has to resign. And there'll be another race. He can't do both jobs.
We don't need another mayor right now. We can't afford it.
Maybe we do need another mayor, and that's what I wanted to get into.
Okay.
Because what I'm motivated by is moving out with the old and in with the new. Because, I like Barrett. I think he's a nice dude. Remember when he got injured trying to stop like a domestic violence dispute?
He was trying
at
to
State
be
Fair.
Superman.
And he got cracked. as the kids say. Do you remember that?
I don't recall it.
No,
I don't. I don't keep up with.
injured.
Was it on the news? Because I don't watch the news.
Yeah, he got he got really hurt.
You know what I was thinking about the other day? As many documentaries and like docu-series as I watch, how newsful they are. I just don't watch the current news, which is probably not good.
Well, that's what you have me for, because I'm dropping the knowledge bombs on you.
Just tell me everything.
Okay, so
who do you think should replace Barrett if we have a new mayor?
Well, I mean, people like Lena Taylor, of course, because she runs for everything.
She's gonna win probably if she runs.
I don't know about that, but I mean, maybe
I'm speaking it into existence.
She's gonna have. Oh, you want her to win? You would want Lena Taylor to win?
I have my biased reasons for Lena Taylor winning as a mayor.
You want to get into that or no?
No, that's for. We'll save that for another show.
Okay, so then
we'll have Congresswoman elect Lena Taylor. No.
So the Cavalier Johnson would take over. Chevy Johnson would take over. He'd become acting mayor, and I think he wants to try to keep the job if he does.
And how long would he have to be the mayor for? Because when is
there'll have to be a special election pretty soon if he resigns, I think. But there are no term limits on
being a mayor. Yeah.
So Milwaukee has only had 44 mayors in 175 years.
Wow.
Yeah, only 4 mayors since 1948.
Who was our last mayor?
Barrett or John Norquist.
I remember Norquist. Yeah. That's when I was in high school.
Yeah, John Norquist. So there's only been 4 mayors since I said like I mentioned 1948. Zeidler, Henry Meyer, John Norquist, and Barrett. Only 4 since 1948. So some people are thinking that it's time for us to not have. Well, it's time for a change.
It could be. Yeah.
Yeah, it's time for some new ideas about how to address the racial disparities in the city. There's data that shows that there's been little improvement for African Americans during Barrett's 17-year tenure.
Could definitely be true.
And we know that he's done a lot for economic development. I don't know if I like that term, economic development.
What did he do about Northridge?
Well, he did a lot for the East Side.
Exactly.
There's a lot going on downtown right now, and he was a big part of that, and that's why they like him. Did he have anything
to do with that little rail car?
Yep, I think so, for
sure.
The
rail.
For sure. But he failed on some other
Barrett.
things. Yeah, he failed on some other things in Milwaukee. Black male unemployment, poverty, black household annual income, segregation. There's just no changes in these things in Milwaukee. So
those are important things here in Milwaukee.
Yeah, they're important, and so. I think there are people who are calling for new ideas about how to change those numbers. And
do you think our next mayor will be a Republican or a Democrat?
Well, Milwaukee has a tradition of, like socialist mayors. People who lean like socialist, which is more liberal. Democrat, maybe.
Yeah, we do.
So I think it'll probably stay on leaning.
I think so.
It's Milwaukee,
I think so.
It's like half and half almost, the numbers in terms of people of color versus white. It's like almost half and half, maybe more a little bit, I don't know, a little bit more white than black or people of color, but I don't know. I don't know what the census says about the latest numbers, but yeah, I just want to be motivated by a potential change in leadership in the city. Some really good leadership, like I said, Lena Taylor wants to run. Ernell Lucas, who's a sheriff right now, is considered
Ernell now.
Ernell
now. I don't want no mayor Ernell. Is that wrong? Why want my mayor named Ernell? I got Mayor Ernell over there.
People didn't want Barack Hussein Obama.
I know. Let me stop
president,
saying that.
So people didn't want Condoleezza Rice to be Secretary of State. The list goes on and on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my motivation.
All right,
motivated by new leadership, fresh blood. But God bless you, Tom Barrett.
All right. Well, y'all know what that means. It's time to get into the moral of the show. It's time to... Oh, wrong button that. I always press the wrong button because the button switched. Okay, it used to be where the intro button is. It used to be that one. So
for those of you who can't visualize this, it's like a little,
it's a board,
like a little board, and it has like several
deck.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 rows of 5 buttons.
Yes. 15 buttons here that I've manned.
We're not supposed to tell y'all all this. It's supposed to be like magic.
Secrets.
Like we just pull the music
That's how I
out
come
of
out
the
of
air.
anywhere. I don't do that. The producer put that downloaded in. Shana, why don't you go ahead and download first? What are you getting off your chest? What do you have to talk about? Teach us something. What are you downloading?
Is that what I do? I'm trying to sit here and teach us.
I mean, that's what a download is.
Okay, you're right. I mean, yeah, I do want to download about. I think we're both downloading about COVID right now because we can't ignore it. COVID
Topic of today's show is getting vaccinated.
Coronavirus is we've talked about vaccination. I think we're just revisiting.
This mandate is the actual topic of
there's some the politics of COVID. I mean, really, honestly, there's it's deep, and it's been on our minds, so we can't just like talk through it. We can't just ignore it, I guess is what I mean. So I was just looking at the numbers, you know. I think when we talk about this, with the dialogue that I hear, you know, we throw out these sweeping generalizations about things, and so I just wanted to think about it and get a hold on the numbers. So I looked up some things, and you know, because I was holding on to hope for signs of like this rebirth, and I've talked about this in the show before, and you know, I thought that we would get through what was happening after vaccinations were widely available, free, safe, effective to people, and
allegedly.
Well, okay.
I just have some things to say.
Okay, so now here we are. I think I was vaccinated in 2020, maybe February.
I thought that was this year. It's 2021, ain't it?
Yeah.
You got vaccinated this year. Not last year. We were in lockdown last year.
Okay. Yeah, maybe.
Did you get vaccinated last year? Or was it 2021?
Yeah, it must have been 2021.
Yeah, because I got it in April.
Yeah, I got a little earlier. It was available.
Yeah, you got yours in March.
Okay, so it's 2021.
Okay. Don't scare me like that. I'm like, girl, did I miss all that time?
All the years just run together for me. Okay, sorry. Everybody just witnessed my senior moment.
No, that's called a COVID concussion, a COVID coma.
What is that?
Like, last year is like, it glazed by us because we were like,
I know.
It's kind of like you didn't leave the house, kind of. So when you got outside this year, it's just like your year started. I don't know. It's like you finally got to go out and go somewhere.
Yeah, like time's all smashed together.
Yeah, because last year was so like a box for us.
Whew, so strange. Oh, interesting.
It is.
So as of this week, 75% of the adult population in the United States has received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. So that's a win, I think.
I agree.
So 75%, I think we were at 50 for a while, but the numbers have just been changing lately, especially with this Delta variant. Of course, I don't know if you know this. Who do you think, out of all the demographic groups, the ethnic groups, who do you think has the largest share
White people.
Unvaccinated?
Unvaccinated? African Americans, probably. Or no, you... I am going to be very... see, that's the only one I didn't see. I did see other statistics, but I think this one would be... let's just go African Americans. Am I right?
White adults account for the largest share of unvaccinated adults, 57%.
Which is so unbelievable to me.
So, so we know the race and ethnicity data for 59% of people. So when they go and get their vaccination, on 59% of people reported their ethnicity data. The rest, it's unknown, right? So among the group, 60% of vaccinated people are white, 10% are black, 17% Hispanic, 6% Asian, 1% American Indian or Native or Alaskan Native.
So that makes sense with the number I saw, like the highest, the race with the highest number of COVID cases is white people.
Yes.
Yeah.
The highest number of COVID cases?
Yes.
Really?
I think I saw that on the CDC site. If I'm not wrong.
Okay.
It was white people because they broke it down.
Well, I got some of the data here.
Are you on CDC?
Yep, it's CDC data I looked at. So overall, across 42 states, percent of white people have received at least one COVID-19 vaccine. 52%, yeah. Black people, 43%. I don't know. I'm just running off numbers. I don't want to just run off numbers, but I think some of the interesting things that came out. Do you know which vaccination you got out of the three that were?
Yes, the Pfizer.
You did get the Pfizer, which is FDA approved as of 2 weeks ago, right? Right. Okay. And do you know which vaccinate? Do you know the name of all three? Of course.
Yes, the Moderna, the Pfizer. The Pfizer and Moderna are MARs, if I'm not mistaken. And
mRNA.
There you go. I'm going to say MRs. mRNAs. And the Johnson & Johnson is not an mRNA. The mRNA.
Well, okay, yes. So, they found there's like lots of data now because time has gone on.
Yeah, so
we're almost at the end of 2021.
Yes.
So they've collected a lot of data.
More studies have come in.
Yep, more studies have come in. They found that the Moderna vaccine is one of the most effective. They found that people who are not fully vaccinated are 10 times more likely to be hospitalized.
11%.
10 times more likely to be hospitalized. In Wisconsin, in particular, 53% of white people are vaccinated, 39% of blacks, 46% are Latino, 61% of Asians. So this this is Wisconsin data specifically. So we have more information about this stuff right now, and I'm just wondering how you're feeling about this. I mean, since we've learned so much, the years blend together, but it's been like 2 years almost now since we've been dealing with this.
Yeah.
People are selling vaccination cards right now. Have you heard about this?
Yes.
Yes. $250 for a vaccination card. Would you pay that?
It depends on what situation. Like some people are, this is my download too, so it's all encompassing.
Yes.
I think it's depending on what you do. Like if I had a factory job and I just didn't believe in getting vaccinated for me or my family because that's just my belief and I had to, or take a COVID test every day and, put that into my schedule, I think I would risk the $250 loss to just get the fake card. But there's a caveat to that. Like, the hell you get COVID and you got this fake card and you're in the hospital and now they can't treat your ass with certain medicines because you got this vaccine that's in your system, so they can't give you certain things anymore. If that's the case. You know what I'm saying? Just like, it's always a catch-2020. You don't want to fake and say you have something.
Catch-22.
It's a catch-2020.
Huh?
Like, you can't see it. Or you can see it clearly. I make my own stuff up. My catch-2020.
Okay. I like that. Okay,
it's Strawberry Letter 22.
It's Catch-22 is the book.
Then what's the Strawberry Letter 22?
It's a song. Okay, so anyway, so Biden's mandated COVID vaccinations, right?
Yes.
Yep. So like
people in the workplace.
So specifically in federal buildings, federal employees, and he's encouraged it in schools, even though they're not yet required to. Their employees aren't required to be vaccinated just yet, and he also wants university campuses to be
most students
mandated.
have to get it.
yeah, to have so students, I don't think they're required yet.
They're about to be.
They probably, and so
Did you get vaccinated before you went to college though, with stuff?
You have to be like usually your kids don't have to be vaccinated, but they want you to submit records, or you have to like check a box that says
I got all those vaccinations
reasons
to go to college, and I don't remember what I got.
Yeah,
I don't think they made me sick or anything.
I think this is different, maybe because
I think this is different because this was created a mass shutdown.
Mm.
So if maybe SARS had came, no, what's the thing that came what you get vaccinated for? Polio.
Mm.
So maybe if there was a mass outbreak of polio and all the kids in schools were getting polio, and then parents were like, well, dang, my kids never got vaccinated for polio, or I need to get my kids vaccinated for polio. I think then it would be like an issue of get that vaccine. But because there hasn't been any widespread outbreaks because we got those vaccines.
Well, I was trying to listen to you and not wait to speak.
No.
I just wanted to say that. But, this has become so politicized. This entire topic has become so politicized. And,
Girl, what's your feeling? What do you feel?
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's still a lot for us to figure out with this. The private sector is making decisions about whether or not they're going to require people, or if the government is telling them they have to.
Mm-hmm.
Individuals need to make decisions about whether or not they want to make it a civil liberties issue, or if they want to make it a health issue. But now it's becoming real in our communities. So the politicization of this is going to take a back seat. It will be in the back seat, I guess is what I should say. So I don't know. I think I got some menu questions that will address some of this. So if you want to finish your download, then maybe I'll start to put it more together.
The same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like people have these notions that the government is trying to kill you by giving you this vaccine. My thing behind it is, who is profiting from this vaccine? We're not paying for it. It's free. Who is actually paying for this vaccine? And are they getting paid by the number of people that are actually getting vaccinated? And that's my only question behind it. Like, is this a push for and this is how it gets political to me. Is there a push for the president financially to say that he wants the world to for him to mandate a vaccine? Is the push more fiscally pushed, or is it emotional because he doesn't want to see this country, die? Because we have to look at it. This is Big Pharma's big break. So many things are going to come up. So many researchers and so many people are hired now because in that field, in the medical field, if you ever want to go, if kids get into the medical field, because there's always going to be something that pops up for you. Here you go. I think it's opening up so many doors for that in those regards that's why it's being so mandated, because there's money on the back end. What I'm trying to say is there's a bottom line to it. Now, the reason why I took it, and this is going to be real, I don't want to offend any listeners or anything of that nature, but this is a black man speaking, and if too many white people are taking something that is free, and I say that because when I got the email from my insurer that I could take I went to that app and I selected that appointment date. When I went there, I probably was one of 4 black people that was there, and I was so happy to see them there getting that shot. Everybody else was white, and I was like, okay, you here, you getting the shot, I'm getting it too.
Well, they said that white people receive a higher share of vaccinations compared to their share of COVID cases. So more white people are vaccinated than white people who get COVID. With the black and Latino populations, it's not the same. Because we get less vaccinations than we do COVID cases, and we're more likely to die from COVID. So it's not. I mean, the numbers are here. They're in front of us right now. And I just want to say, I'm sorry I'm interrupting, but I think there is a certain age group that can be a holdout to, thinking about how we have to contribute to a larger common good in the world. I don't know if they, especially in America, I mean, this rugged individualism is strong with us, and we can just make decisions and say, like, well, this is what I feel is best. I don't want this in my body. And I think that that's a privilege to be able to say, I don't want this, that to me, to be able to make that choice because it's so widely available. And I've heard the argument that that's why people don't want to get vaccinated because, well, why are they giving it for free? Why are they paying people to get it? That to me that's funny to me. That doesn't make sense. But it's like, do you realize that we live in such a privileged country that has this, and there are countries that have no access to the vaccine at all, and that's why we dying off. Yes, and that's why we have to get out of our own worldview about things. Well, actually, it's a lack of a worldview. Honestly, it's like a very self-centered, spoiled, view of. And that's we have that reputation as Americans.
The land of the free. Like, well, I can make the decision not to do something or put something into my body. You can.
But even at the expense of the
lives,
the whole group. You can make that decision even if it is at the expense of the whole group. So
you can.
Yeah, that's a privilege.
I think people deserve the right to take whatever medicines they can take. But my thing is, if you should just so happen to get COVID and you haven't been vaccinated, you've been offered this.
That's gonna be in my.
It's a touchy subject, How do you feel about that? But then you can go ahead and say, well, it's been HIV and it's been all these other diseases or viruses. Why haven't they come up with any cures for those? And like I said before in another show, it's because it hasn't affected everybody on a mass level as such as COVID has at this time. COVID shut people down at one time. Old people, young people, children, men, black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian, everybody at one time showing up in hospitals, shutting hospitals down. No rooms in the hospitals. Hospitals having to use nursing homes or assisted living centers as, hospitals because they didn't have any place to put people. And like one of my thoughts was, we are a spoiled society. So what if we didn't have access to the vaccine? Or what if they only gave the vaccine to a certain ethnicity? Oh. I bet you a lot of ethnic groups would be upset. Well, why only this group get to get it? So what if they said, well, the highest rate of people that are going to attract this are African Americans. We're only going to give this to African Americans. Do you not think more African Americans will run out and go get the shot?
Well, I've heard some things about people said that, the discussion about why Black people are rejecting the vaccine more than other ethnic groups has a lot to do with the marketing. If it was scarce, then maybe Black people would have wanted to take it. If it wasn't like, hey, giving it away and we'll give you money to take it. If it wasn't that, then
it should have been hard. If it was harder to get,
that it was like a supply and demand issue. Which, okay, that's fair, I guess. But to me, maybe you're addressing an important point. Okay, so
move on to your menu question because I feel like yours is going to overlap into that. So go on here. What's your first?
It is okay.
I know you, Frank. I know you. I know her, y'all.
Well, I mean, that's a good question. Should we just do what white people do because there's something to that?
In those references, it was such a pandemic. Why? This is going to be a crazy analogy. Probably because I'm not drinking, I can't make a proper thought today. But this is what I'm trying to say. Like, you know how in the scary movie, like, the white people always go down the stairs and be like, who's there? That's what I think they did with the COVID vaccinations. Like, is it there? I'm going to take it. While black people's like, hold up. Somebody down there, let me go get my gun because I hear somebody downstairs. So let me go check out this information.
Yeah,
let
but
me
what happens
read
to the
this
black
book.
people in the...
They die first. Exactly. So that's the point I'm trying to make. Do you get where I'm going, Shana? Please make me make sense.
Yes,
you know?
I think so.
If it's not something that we normally do, we don't jump to something off top. We like to research things because of our history in life. We don't want to feel like, and people always go back to the Tuskegee study when they gave people syphilis, which people need to do more research on.
We've talked about this on the show.
People need to do more research on, because that was not it. Half of those people had placebos. They didn't have syphilis. They didn't give it to them. But I'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we talked. Go back to that episode. I don't know which one it was, but we talked about this before.
Stuff is, blown out of proportion. But I just feel like the African-American tone in this country, not even African-American shit, people of color, the tone at this time was COVID happened during this whole black and white, this race war, basically. This race cold war, I would say, because it was like starting off. So with that, it kind of got like, COVID should have brought everybody together. But what it did was say, okay, well, these people are going to take it, and these people are going to say, no way, I'm going to research that. Y'all ain't finna kill me with no vaccine. I ain't got no vaccine. I don't get no flu shot. I said that myself. Like, I don't even get the flu shot. I'm not finna get that aside. I mean, I don't even know what that is. But guess what? When they offered it to me, they said I can get it for free. I was on the board. I'm getting mine.
Yeah, I mean, they poured a lot of research and
especially if it was free,
purpose and money into finding it and time, because the vaccine isn't new. I mean, they had been developing responses to viruses for years. So when people say, "Oh, they just whipped this up in a lab," it's been something that scientists have been working on for some time now. So
and be thankful y'all live in the U.S. because that's why it was fast tracked, because the U.S. put that money in there to fast track it. It don't have to be FDA approved.
Money on top of
money. And I just want to say, do you know how many things that we have that are FDA approved that give people cancer, that kill people on a daily basis? But since something is FDA approved, that means it's right. No. Come on now. Yeah. Johnson & Johnson baby powder was FDA approved, and it still gave women what was that stuff they was getting? Had the vinyl, what was the mesh? Yeah. Vaginal mesh?
Oh, well, the powder wasn't it giving
the talcum powder?
Cervical
cancer and stuff, but it was FDA approved, and it was cleaning your coochie, making you smell good, taking the sweat away.
I don't know if it was cleaning it.
Well, it's making it smell a little fresher, if it was fresh already.
Okay, does coochie, is it supposed to be fresh and smell
It's
fresh?
not supposed to smell like coochie.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I don't know. Look, I had no coochie since I was 17, so I already know what coochie's supposed to. I know coochie ain't supposed to smell like stank. You ain't supposed to be able to walk in a room and smell a woman coochie.
Okay, do you ever walk in a room and smell?
Sometimes I have walked in a room and smelled a wolf. Yes.
Ooh, I done smell some other stuff too.
I done smelled some must and some booty before. Yes. Boys are not exempt from stinking.
That was not one of my menu questions, by the way. What coochie's supposed to smell like? That would have been the hot one, and I wasn't gonna jump there.
I think coochie is supposed to smell like maybe like whatever lotion the woman puts on.
It's supposed to smell like coochie. That's what it's supposed to smell.
I don't know. How is coochie supposed to smell? You know it's supposed to smell like coochie?
Yes.
What if your coochie stank? It's supposed to stink?
Well,
I heard women ain't supposed to use soap on their coochie.
Yeah, you're not.
You were supposed to use soap water, hot water in a towel.
Yeah, and then you just drink and eat really good things that nourish your body.
No, if you getting out here fucking ladies, if you spreading it wide and dipping it low, and that man is shooting up your club, girl, you need a Dove wash on that tail. It's supposed to smell like Dovey. It's supposed to smell good and freshy.
That is...
Look, I don't know.
Stop with the patriarchy.
Is that a sexist thing to say?
I don't know if it's sexist.
I think men are supposed to smell good all the time.
Y'all don't all the time.
They don't. All the time, they don't. All the time. I know.
So y'all got some goddamn nerve.
Sure do. A lot of men stink. Trust me, I know. In general. A lot of people don't take baths on a
So
daily.
you worried about me?
I ain't worried about your coochie in particular. I'm just saying coochie in general. You getting off personal with it.
I am cracking up right now. Okay,
Get back to
menu
COVID.
questions. Okay, don't worry, talking about menu questions. Okay.
Okay.
Back. Well, so since we're talking about smells of things.
Okay.
Okay, so for my regular question. Okay, so one of the symptoms of COVID is loss of smell.
Mm-hmm.
Which you might be grateful to have in some instances, apparently, since you don't like the smell of coochie, whatever. So what is a scent from your childhood that you loved? It could be normal or unusual. And then also, another symptom is taste. You lose your sense of taste. So what is a taste that you wish you never have to taste again? But if you taste it, you want to gag.
The smell?
So that's a two-part question.
The smell I miss is fresh cut. Well, the smell I love is fresh cut grass in the summer. It's not too hot outside. It is not too cold. I like that, and I like the smell of oncoming rain. How you can smell the rain in the air, it's finna rain. I can smell it in the air. That always takes me back to my childhood. Only because I used to hear the adults say it. I used to be like, you can smell the rain coming. Where did they get that from? And then as I got older, I understood the taste that I remember as a kid. And it's eerie to say, but. Well, it's not eerie. It's just that it's funny that you asked this question. Do you remember those corn dogs that were actual sausage and pancake? That is the taste I remember. And I just told my friend that today. I remember them tastes. I want some of them tastes. She was like, don't you get none of them. They don't taste the same. But that's the taste I remember. How about you?
Okay, so my smells are unusual. So my favorite smells that probably would have killed me. Gasoline.
Okay.
Do you remember pulling up to the gas station and smelling gasoline?
I felt like you were going somewhere. Okay.
And so I remember being in the daycare van, and they would have to roll the windows up with us in there, because if the children inhaled the fumes too long, they could pass out.
I never did the daycare van stuff.
Well, I was in daycare, and the other scent that I love is the scent of a freshly lit cigarette. Not when the smoke starts to get in your nose, but right that first strike, that first inhale.
That's not
my mom
crazy.
smoked cigarettes. My grandmother did. I mean, I know this is taboo because people don't smoke anymore. Really.
Shit.
But
I got something on that too.
Everybody. But a lot of people in my family, they smoke, but they quit. Or it was just a part of. That was just the time that we lived in. People smoked cigarettes. You had someone.
Yeah. Do you remember? Have you ever smelled the bathroom after somebody took a bath and they had a cigarette? That is such a good smell to me. I don't know why. It's like that because they have candles like that now that smell like cigarette.
Really?
Yeah, that's nicotine, with a bad smell. I don't know. I like that smell for some reason. I'm weird.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I mean these are strange smells. So my
a smell will get you, girl.
It will, but my taste that I want to forget is ginger.
Oh, love ginger. You have a bad ginger experience?
Yeah, someone tried to give me a remedy with ginger in it.
Girl, my mom.
You know how people try to give you some natural shit all the time.
I thought you were talking about a redhead, girl. No, I'm just. Ooh. Ooh. Child.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know anything else besides ginger. Okay.
All right.
What's your regular question?
My regular question is, let me see. Let me relate it to our topic.
Okay. I'm trying to relate my question to
Well, I kind of don't want them related.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I want to ask that question. It's so morbid.
Oh,
okay. That's a deep question. It's too much. Okay. Have you ever had someone spit in your mouth and then kiss you?
Absolutely not.
You said that so fast.
I don't deal with spit very well.
You don't like those kind of plays?
No.
If you're kissing them, if you're tongue kissing them, it's basically
spit. I mean, like, well, you know when it naturally occurs, like natural occurrences
like,
of
don't
saliva.
hawk in my mouth.
But like when you like getting it ready to make it a part of the situation,
it becomes something. It becomes a weapon at that. You're assaulting me. No, that's not. I'm not into
spit. Has enzymes in it. Like, no, you're not about to be treating me like, you're a fly, and then you're just like decomposing my body.
Decades ago, I did that with someone.
Oh,
and it was I had to like, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna try it.
They wanted you to try it?
Yeah.
Ew.
I know.
They said I want you to.
Yeah.
Ew. Gross.
It was like, are you into spit kissing? And I was like, spit kissing? Yeah. It's like, well, you have to be open minded. You want me to be open minded. I was like, okay. So
I'm gagging.
Tried it, and it was a lot.
Gagging.
It was intense. It was intense.
That's a spicy question. Ew, I'm gagging.
Well, I have spicy questions, but it was intense.
Gee,
but if we did that now, it would be so much COVID going around. How I tied that back.
That's the connection.
That's the connection. All right, go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
With my medium? Okay.
Yes.
So there's this doctor in Alabama who informed his patients that effective October 1st, he will no longer treat those who haven't been vaccinated. Also, there's a place in Texas that said that they are considering whether to take COVID vaccination status into account when they decide who gets ICU beds, when more of them are needed than are available. Do you think this is unethical or ethical?
I think that is the way of the world. That's how it's going to be now. Like, people with health insurance.
One answer, ethical or unethical.
Okay. No, I understand what you're doing. I think it's ethical.
Okay, and why?
Because that's how to do it in emergency rooms with insurance. If you have insurance, you're bumped to the front of the line more so than something, unless it's a serious injury.
But people think that's unethical.
It could be, but
that's what's wrong with the system.
You got to get your money first.
Healthcare system in America.
You got to get your money first. I understand it because I've worked in the healthcare system previously.
Capitalism.
And it's just about, hey, if I know I'm finna get this money, I got to get this trusted money first. I got to get paid first. I got to pay this staff. This person got to go home and feed their kids too.
So the decision to treat a vaccinated versus an unvaccinated person is an economic decision.
No, it's a personal decision. And I think the doctor has a right to do what he sees is the best for him and his patients. Maybe that'll give the gusto to some patients to get the vaccine. Because a lot of the people are getting these adverse reports from, like, I think it's called the VER, the VERS report. And that's just, people can report any information. That it doesn't have to be scientifically proven. They can just report it and say it's wrong. And if a lot of people say, like, yeah, I had a cough, it's going to follow a cough. But let's just say these people all had emphysema. All these people were smokers and all that. Caveat to say, do you know how many people smoke cigarettes?
Well, we were just talking about smoking because
I'm just saying. You know how many people smoke cigarettes?
Do you know what's involved? Do you think people smoke low key though? I feel like it's not as out as like used to be.
Girl, people smoke cigarettes down. People don't care no more. They smoke cigarettes. People smoke cigarettes back to back to back. I said all that to say a lot of those cigarette smokers put arsenic in their bodies every time. It's commercials on TV telling you verbally, this will kill you more than this.
Yeah,
but they don't care.
People will say, but it's my choice.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's your choice to not get this. It's your choice to get. And I want to say this too. If you don't get vaccinated, please live like you did when we didn't have a vaccine. Please live with your mask on. Please social distance. Please do all the things that doctors are recommended if you haven't been vaccinated. To say that.
Okay.
Is it my time for my medium question?
Yes.
You sure?
Yeah.
If you were spooning, are you the big spoon or the little spoon?
I'm the little spoon.
You like to be spooned?
I do.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I think I get vulnerable when I become the little spoon.
What?
I know.
That's. Wow.
I know.
This is an interesting question.
And you said what?
I can see you being vulnerable.
Yeah, I don't like to be vulnerable. I'm like, okay, I like it sometimes, but then I'm like, okay, I'll be the big spoon.
But it's not about okay. So even if you're intimidated by vulnerability, what are you getting from the spoon, in general? Like the whole act of the spooning. What do you get?
When
from
I'm
it?
sick, I like to be the little spoon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
So
I want to be catered to.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you need anything?
Yeah. So then, what do you get out of being the big spoon then?
Feeling like I can secure somebody. I can control if something goes on, if something doesn't go on. If I have to use the bathroom, I can get out quicker. It's things I'm very rational about everything.
So wait, so you mean like when you're the little spoon, you're trapped?
Yeah, you kind of feel like somebody can put their leg around you. They can have their arm around you. When you're the little spoon, it's like, okay, you giving up all your power by being a little spoon.
No, you're not. That's a very powerful position.
It definitely is a powerful.
Position.
It definitely is.
Yes.
It definitely is. It is. But I prefer to be the big spoon. I do.
What a question.
Thank you. Thank you.
I like that. Okay, is it my hot question time? Okay.
Toyota, hot.
I don't know how hot this is, but you know me. You know what I do in the world for work. So this my question relates to this. Should parents have the right to know if their teacher's child is vaccinated?
The teacher's child? What? That's a lot, Shana.
The child's teacher. The child. Oh my God.
I need to know about your kids, girl. You teaching my kids. Is your kids vaccinated, bitch? You can't teach me unless your kids vaccinated too, bitch. If your kids vaccinated, ho, I need to know, bitch.
Oh my God. This is how Tyler and I really are in real life, too.
Yes. They get an inside peach.
The child's teacher. Do you want to know if your child's teacher is vaccinated? I know you have no children.
Yes. Yes, I want to know that I'm sending my kids somewhere where potentially somebody is taking the initiative to make themselves safer to everybody else.
Isn't that a slippery slope, though?
No. COVID is killing people more than the vaccine.
Do you know whether or not the person who making your chicken sandwich at Popeyes is vaccinated?
But I know they got to wear a mask, and I don't go. I
okay, so but I'm just saying,
they gave me some damn brown meat. They gave me some dark meat. I haven't eaten Popeyes since last year. Honestly,
do you know whether or not the person at Meijer, where you buy your groceries,
do not shop at Meijer?
Do you know whether or not
you is rich, girl? You shop at Meijer? You probably shop at Target over Walmart too, don't you?
Absolutely.
Or Whole Foods.
Yes.
Oh, bougie. See, I go to Aldi's, you go to Whole Foods.
Whole Foods is not that much more expensive than...
Than what? Century, probably.
Here you go with this grocery bill conversation.
Century.
Okay.
Expensive as hell.
What were we talking about?
Child. What was the question? Tom, what was the question?
Should parents have the right to know the vaccination?
There we go. What do you think?
And you... No, I don't want you to know. It's none of their business. My vaccination history. It's none of their business. I mean, I could say here that I am vaccinated. I've been vaccinated since apparently last year, since you corrected me.
Since this year? Not last year.
This year.
It's off.
I'm off today. Holy moly. I think it's the margarita. But
it's the lack of for me.
You're keeping me in line this week. I think it's just it's like a medical history issue, like privacy.
Oh, in those regards, but I think now since it's such a global pandemic, I think it's like, hey, now.
No, why does everyone want to use the pandemic as an excuse to just go buck wild?
Because COVID is killing more people than any other virus out there, than cancer right now. COVID is the number one killer.
Okay.
Now people get not the vaccination, COVID. And that's where people need to see they need to get vaccinated. I'm pro-vaccination.
Good.
But I'm pro-choice for abortions.
Oh, ooh. We didn't talk. That's current events too. But go ahead and on with your extra.
Wow, what do you have to say about that, Shana?
I don't have anything. Not a thing.
Are you pro-choice?
I am pro-choice.
Okay, me too. Because I don't want to tell a woman. I don't think any government should tell a woman what to do with her body. Now then, I say there should be a limit on how many abortions a woman is allowed.
How many? What's
3.
the limit?
3.
Okay. After that, it's just like you're doing a lot.
Yeah, because it's like 1 mistake, 2 mistakes, 3 girl. Now that's not a mistake.
Nah, it's time to just.
But then somebody could get raped. Now, if you get raped, now you report the situation. You done got, it could be like I think 3 times for that could be like.
I wonder if there are people who have gotten like more than 3.
Yes, there definitely. I have enough friends that.
Like, what do you mean, like 4 and 5?
Yeah.
They use abortions as birth control.
It don't be birth control. It could just be mistakes you've made. Every 3 years, you meet another dude and y'all make a mistake, and he tell you got a condom on. It's different situations. I don't judge people who get abortions.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you consider the Plan B pill an abortion?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the reason why I ask that question is because for some people, an abortion isn't until you do the physical.
Nope. Plan B.
Yeah, but Plan B. What if you take Plan B and you weren't pregnant though?
Anytime that boy shoots up your club and his hand touch that speaker, you are pregnant at that point. So the next day you wake up and you go take that Plan B pill and you terminate that pregnancy, it's the same thing. It's just a day after abortion pill.
Okay. All right. Am I supposed to go with
I'm happy it's out. I mean, child.
Oh, okay. Am I extra spicy?
Is it my turn? I didn't ask my warm question, did I?
Hot?
My
I
hot
said the
question.
vaccination records.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
yeah,
that's-
you
okay.
go hot. Sorry. Jumping the gun.
Let me see. Do you prefer cuddling or do you prefer making out? Or kissing? What do they call it, making out? How are you making out?
Making out is foreplay.
But why do they call it making out?
That's like a very young thing.
I think
to
it looks like
say.
something they say in the 50s. We're making out.
Yeah.
We're going steady.
It's foreplay. I prefer foreplay over cuddling.
Oh, so you prefer kissing and touching and rubbing and all that? Over just laying up and cuddling? I think laying up and cuddling
I
comes
just get
afterwards.
cuddling.
I get
like,
sleepy.
I'm hot. Get
Yeah,
off
like,
me.
ugh, get off me. Like, we can cuddle for like a second, but then I want to get like sweat and cum or, anything up off of me. I don't see how people like to relish and come like, oh, you've come on me. Let's lay up in this nut. No, get this shit away off of me. Get me a towel.
What men are you into?
What?
I know. Y'all watch too much porn, man, these days. What the heck? Where y'all get this from?
What? People laying up and cum?
Do they do that?
Yes. Some people like come all up on their face and everywhere. Some people just lay around and come.
Oh, my.
When you've had sex with people, do you just like them to get out and go? Or do you like to lay around?
Tyler, you just make it sound.
What?
I don't know how to answer that question.
You making it sound.
What do? Y'all lay around and y'all get up and go? Tend to yourself, right?
It depends.
And then you come back and cuddle or lay
It
around.
depends, man. Like, okay, if we had a great session, ain't nobody trying to move around.
Right, there are all these variables, right?
Right, that's what I'm
Yeah.
If we had a great
There's
session,
no one size fit all.
You in that moment, you relishing when you enjoying it. But if it's like one of them, like, I just came over to get some, and we did what we did, I gotta go.
Yeah,
You gotta work.
right.
Different story.
Good answer. There
I
you
guess
go.
different strokes
I
for
like that answer.
Honestly, different strokes for different folks.
Or different situations, different strokes for different.
It's just the way Tyler says
Situation.
it. It's like,
You gotta go. No, I'm just okay.
Yeah, you be trying to kick
What's
people
your
out.
extra spicy question?
Oh, here you go. You
No,
try
I
to kick
don't.
people
Honestly, I
out. Yeah,
don't.
no, I bet you do. Back
I
in the
used
day.
to,
Back
yeah.
in the day. People love to talk about what they used to do, and they all good now, huh? I love it.
Now, I got a boyfriend. Love, so.
Okay, so I guess this is I got an extra spicy question.
Ooh,
I got a real extra spicy question.
Can it get
this
any
year.
extra more spicy than nut?
No, it's not that spicy. But can you make your fuck buddy your spouse?
I think if you have a fuck buddy and y'all have a good communication, then yes, because you know what your fuck buddy expects and your fuck buddy knows what you expect. Now, will you trust your fuck buddy in that relationship? Because 9 times out of 10,
Why are they untrustworthy in the first
because
place?
9 times out of 10, if you're your fuck buddy, y'all doing some sneaky link ups or y'all doing something y'all ain't supposed to do or something that is taboo. And 9 times out of 10, those taboo things be like, somebody still be keeping a secret. You be like, well, I done told you everything. You ain't told me nothing.
Wait, what was the question again?
Could you make
Can you make your fuck buddy your spouse?
Yes, that's exactly what I did. That's exactly what it was. Matter of fact, because...
You have to get on the mic for that story, Chad.
I'm up now. No, honestly though, and the thing about it is because sex was already on the table, there was nothing that I had to worry about with her because she kept everything honest. So because honesty was already on the table, sex, which is what most people are all after anyway, was already in the equation.
Was it honesty or was it loyalty?
No, it was honesty. Teresa is a very honest person. This is how I know it's honesty and not loyalty. My mom's came home early one day. We just finished a nice session. My mom jokingly, well, were y'all up there having sex? And she was, yeah. And just kept going. Didn't care the outcome. Honestly answered the question.
You asked.
My mom was confused. Her friend was shocked. That was the part. I looked at her like, you just told my mom we got done fucking.
Yo, my ass, though.
With her coworker here, it's just like, yeah, she asked a question. She's like, you know what? I have nothing to worry about with you.
Okay.
So why not try to make it, see where this can go?
That's what I said, because you and your fuck buddy probably have that open communication.
Yeah. You can get a better relationship from your fuck buddy than someone who you're trying to make a relationship with or in a relationship with, because y'all have those problems and your fuck buddy, you don't have those expectations. You're always trying to hide something so you don't come off as a completely different person. When you're dating is like a job interview that never ends.
Yes.
I don't think you can.
Why do you think you can't?
Because
there's no love in fucking?
No, there is. That's the thing.
Because I think
that's the thing.
Fucking is the top of it. Like, making love is like in the middle.
I think it's the other way around.
You can do all that stuff with the...
I used to think that too.
You can do all that stuff with the person that you kind of compartmentalize as like being that person that you call at this certain time. You compartmentalize people and they just can't get out of it. I think the odds are not good.
Here go my hot question. It goes with this.
Okay.
Have you come better making love or fucking?
Well, making love, of course.
Honestly, I have to say fucking.
I would say fucking.
That's fucking.
No, I would say making
love.
love.
You want to know why?
Sure. You would say making
because
love.
With fucking, you throw all inhibitions out the window.
Exactly. And it's
You're
like,
not caring
whatever.
You're not caring about the results of how each person feels.
Yes.
It's in the moment.
Yes.
When you love someone, you're going to spend most of the time trying to make them
feel good. Yes. Because when you fucking, it's like
like
we're fucking.
We're both
I'm going to come.
here.
You're going to come. It's going to be a fuck. That's why I said fucking is the top to me. It go like sex, making love, fucking. Sex is just like, you can have sex
y'all
with
are not in
anybody.
tune with what the difference between...
No, I used to think
the
it was the other way
orgasms.
around.
I think y'all are not being in tune with
Maybe
that.
it's a woman and man thing, though.
Yeah,
really.
I think orgasms are not the same of importance to us, though.
Exactly. Because you don't have to orgasm every time you fuck. And fucking can be good. But making love is so hard because you have to really be into that person, trust that person, love that person. You can't make love on a one-night stand, or can you?
Well,
you can.
If you're really attracted to that person,
you can. I've done it by
mistake.
I
saw this boo, and you saw me, and you was attracted to me, and I was attracted to you. We just did it. We made love that night. And I never saw him again. Mm-hmm.
Me and this one person who known each other finally decided to do it. And we started off fucking, and it didn't end up that way.
It was like, ooh.
Yeah, I don't know. I think...
That was a good question, Tyler.
That was a good question. I mean...
Woke me up.
Yeah,
You said
it's the same
love?
as what we discussed about black people not wanting the vaccine because of the issues of scarcity.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was just too plentiful. So then it's like it loses its luster when it's like plentiful.
So you can fuck so much and it's just not good, but when you make love, it gets good at that point.
Well,
but I'm
like
just talking about
you rarely make love. Like you rarely.
Just to say, like relationship wise, if you're in a relationship, do you have better sex making love or do you have better sex fucking?
Making love. I just don't know why we're not on the same page about that.
I think it's because of gender. It has something to do with gender. Younger people fuck. Our middle-aged people fuck too. Because I think middle-aged, like 40 to 60, be horny and they want to fuck.
Yeah. I think it's your level of romantic experiences. Because when you're in your teens, you're still trying to find yourself.
That's fucking.
So you're believing whatever everybody's saying is supposed to be. You know.
Or is that having sex in your teens? That's having sex.
Teens, you're having sex.
Yeah, that's having sex.
Yeah.
That's it. Because you don't understand what. Unless you get one of them young girls who get an older guy, and then it's
R. Kelly.
No, I'm not talking that bad.
You talking about 16, 18?
You're like 17, 18, and they like 20, 21 at the most.
Oh,
so they're still immature, but they know a little something.
Because they've been around the block.
Right. And then when you get older, as you start to know what you like, who you like, your turn-ons, your turn-offs, you tend to start having sex. You tend to make loving more because you're not dealing with the basic bullshit. A woman is not going to deal with a jackrabbit guy because she know that's not what she wants.
She wants to be satisfied. So that's why you say the cum is better when you making love because you finally got. That's why I said when you make love with somebody, that's because you found that person
that groove.
That person has lived up to all those expectations you set forth.
But you can love your fuck buddy. You can love them.
There's a love you can have for them, but you can't make love to your fuck buddy.
You really can't love your fuck buddy.
You can't love them?
Yeah, you can love your fuck buddy.
I don't think so.
You want to know why I say that?
It's because when you're a fuck buddy, you have a restriction of what your purpose is already put in place when you receive that title.
You probably love that sex. That's love. No matter what it is, you love that sex. I love that coochie. I love that dick. I love that booty. I love that mouth. I love it. You love it.
But here's the difference. You love that sex, but if you found out that you could get the same type of sex from somebody completely different, do you still have love for that person then?
Your fuck buddy different. So you got to find a fuck buddy who do it like can't nobody else do it, who will do anything.
So what's stopping it from being more than just a fuck buddy then?
Because that fuck buddy probably just don't want to be in a relationship.
Gotta understand
it. It could be a young thought. It could be an older person. It could be a cougar who you just fucking like, damn, we fuck good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be anything. I know somebody young who fucking a 60-year-old man and he fucking her. Damn, but she don't want to be in a relationship. He don't want to be in a relationship. But they fuck partners. Hey.
I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah, that's to say, don't give up on these 60-year-old men and women.
I had to take a sip of my.
They out here Viagra and fucking you down.
60-year-old men are in better health than these 20-year-olds.
Surely, you get pregnant, you get all of that SSI. All that Social Security check.
It's not even about that. They're going to have you living right. They're going to have your credit together. They're going to have you owning your own.
You inheriting a car, a house.
You're going to have all your own shit together.
Good credit. No, I'm joking. I ain't telling y'all to get y'all coochie.
Stop.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Your credit been under 500 for a while. All it takes is a little loving with this Mr.
Child, I just got out of bankruptcy. I know mine ain't good. Let me be somebody 65.
I'm scared. Damn near
65 got their shit together.
Make your
and I'll sing a child.
That's all it takes.
Put me on your credit card. I don't want the credit card. I just want the credit.
Put your name on there.
Make me a user. Shana, let's get into our deletes. What are you leaving here with this COVID-19 mandate vaccination conversation? That rhymed.
That's a lot.
It was.
That's a lot.
Can I just ask this? Coming from somebody who just had COVID, Tom, do you think it should be mandated now that people get vaccinated?
I think it should be a little bit more aggressive about it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I think because of the fact that it's too many, you can do it if you want to, yet arguments are out there. And we're still living recklessly is my biggest thing. Like, I'll be the first one to admit I was living reckless. You know, like, oh, okay, well, you know, I didn't go to the game down there. I'll be fine. Or I work an outdoor job. I'll be fine. It doesn't matter. You don't know who might have it because it's not like obvious symptoms. And then we're not educating ourselves on it either.
We're not.
We're just like, ooh, such and such has COVID. Let me stay away from this area. But we're not finding out, well, how they get COVID. What did it do to them? All we hear about is the breathing issues and the, bed stricken and on the medication. But what else is it doing to it? What is it doing to you mentally? What is it doing to you socially? over COVID because they've never officially told anybody that I know that, oh, you're over COVID.
Never.
You're just outside the quarantine window. So you even still have to be extra cautious on top of that. Like, even though I'm done with all that, I still have small breathing issues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have the after effects of having the coronavirus.
Okay, what's going on in this moment? Mm-hmm. You know, like, all right, what are we not being learned? So I'm not saying it should be mandatory to get the vaccination. At the end of the day, it's still up to you. Mm-hmm. But I feel like we need to be well more educational on this than before. Because some folks don't know what it really is still to this day.
Well, yeah.
People don't even know what's in cigarettes, though.
Well, so I want to tie my deleting to that because I think I want to delete this idea that, you know, you just get over it and we're going to conquer it and we're going to eradicate this virus, because as time passes, I start to understand how this might be a part of our existence for years to come. And so, yeah, I mean, what does it look like to accept that this is the new normal for us, and that we might be in masks for a while, that we might need to protect ourselves with vaccinations even if we don't believe in them, just to survive. And I just hope that we look at the data and we see who's getting vaccinated and who's dying, who's getting vaccinated and who's still getting it, and we look at our data and make decisions based on that, and not just
on taboo ignorance.
Yeah,
barbershop talk.
Yeah, right. You know, like, we really have to be intentional about how we make our decisions, and so we can live.
I like that. I really think people need to, as many shows and stuff we see where people are, there's going to be a charge for water, there's going to be a charge for air in the future. I think while they're giving this vaccine free now, I think everybody who can get it should take advantage of it, because I think if it's something that has to continue to go on, you're going to have to be covered by some type of insurance or something in order to get it, or you're going to have to pay out of pocket for it, because, oh, you didn't get it, so now we have to make it something that's only available for people that can afford it, because now, okay, you didn't want it, so now we have to put a tax on it. So I think it's going to be something like that in the future. I'm ready for the booster shots that come out on the 20th of September for people who got vaccinated earlier. I can't get my booster until November. That's my delete. I'm ready for my booster shot.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, in November.
Wow.
Yeah. You got to get your booster shot. So get your booster shot, people, and don't feel nothing about it. If they giving something else that can help me not get this this virus, I'm finna take it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what is the strategy that we need for Black folks? Is it do we need a rap artist telling everybody to get it? We
tried that and they talked about it.
And they did. And they tried to have a forum.
They thought it was money. They thought it was giving away money for it. But then Black people are like, no. What is it? What
I think they need to have actual people come into the communities and have, like, maybe this summer should have been full of educational services, like maybe even they having Summerfest. Why didn't we have, like, block parties and have a doctor show up at the block party with the community leaders and speak about this to the people that's actually out there at the block party, like have forums or something like that. I think that should have been something that should have been taken into consideration to get the message across. I think what needs to happen is the news needs to start showing actual people with COVID, telling people how their experience is, and people who didn't get vaccinated and people with I think it needs to be more reality shown to people in order for people to actually get it.
Well, people are starting to see it. I mean,
maybe
it's taking
needs to be
time.
A reality show about it.
I think people are starting to lose relatives. They're starting to catch it and experience it themselves. So it's just a matter of time. It's been a short amount of time. We've only been going through this for a couple of years. So
it's gonna sound wrong, but I said this Friday. You don't want to get the vaccination? Get COVID. It's as simple as that.
And on that note,
honestly, that's what's going to make a lot of people actually change their mind.
Yeah.
To physically go through it.
You don't want to get the vaccination? Get COVID.
Yep.
You strong.
But and you know what? Honestly, I think more people are going to start now, and ironically, with unemployment now being cut, where you can't just sit at home all day and avoid life. You now have to get out here and you have to start getting jobs.
And you don't want to miss work. And you have to like you don't want to get sick.
Kind of income.
Right.
So they're going, now that you have to take care of your life, there's going to be more people who are going to actually start taking it. And the sad part is it's going to be even more frustrating because so many jobs are now starting to make it mandatory to have the shot.
Some jobs are giving more PTO time out, which I think is wonderful. Like reward your employees for doing something that they probably are scared to do. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was scared as hell. But if they giving it away for people to take, I'm taking it too. Shoot, you ain't finna leave me.
Yeah, I was skeptical for about a week and a half, and then I got over it real quick.
Like it got to be something in it for them to be giving it away free.
I don't want to get anyone else's child sick.
Yeah,
I don't want to get anyone else sick, I don't want to get sick. So that point blank, period.
So the moral of the story is, people, this mandate is causing a lot of conversation, which I think is good. I think those need to be the conversations. But in those conversations, please make sure you are giving some CDC. Pull it up on your phones and, give that information to the people in your community, to the people that you're talking to, and let them spread that information. Show them the numbers, the research, the science that's behind this, and make sure you're speaking to a scientist, a doctor. Don't just speak to somebody who is your local drug dealer or pimp. Getting that information from them, because that's not it. Because they probably got vaccinated, just probably telling your ass not to.
And protect yourself. And that's really what it's about.
Yes.
I mean, it's about protecting others, but the vaccinations help you protect yourself.
And we're going to talk about this 1 to 2 baths a week thing. I think that's
Jesus Christ.
That's going to be on the next show. But thank you guys for tuning in today, for downloading Delete.
Yay.
Yay. Bye, guys.